7-year-old Trent Nimeth has been suffering from neurological issues almost his entire life. It wasn't until this year that he was diagnosed with late-stage Lyme disease. Now, his parents are looking for support from the Niagara community to get him the treatment that he needs.
We picked the most accredited laboratory for Lyme testing in the world that we felt, and we paid. We had the blood drawn here in Canada and shipped off to California, and it did come back positive for Lyme, as well as
co-infections?
3 different infections that also ticks carry: Ehrlichia, Babesia, and Bartonella, which all have to be treated individually. But he had a layered disease effect happening. So from that point, we could then focus on more tests. So we needed to check his amino acids and his mitochondria, which were both compromised. Now you're really looking at the building blocks of life. You're looking at the batteries of your cells. So when a 7-year-old's cell batteries are compromised, it's a big problem.
Can you tell us a little bit about the treatment that you're seeking in Florida?
Basically 1 in 4 places, treatment facilities, treat kids under 12. So our options are limited. And unfortunately, this place, they do a lot of natural remedies, and then at the end, they go in for the kill. So they know what they're doing, and we're just, our faith is in their hands.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They use a mixture of Eastern and Western medicine,
yeah, it's a mixture.
so they get the whole picture.
Can you tell us a little bit about Trent's personality? What are his hobbies, the things he likes doing?
Cranes,
Yep,
diggers, any sort of big truck.
yep.
You'd think he'd like cartoon shows and all this, but he loves those shows on like tow trucks and Discovery Science and just
Mythbusters.
all the grown-up shows. Really, he likes it.
He has an engineering mind.
Always building.
Yep. We've had to stop the digging in the dirt like all little boys love to do. He can't play with snails because there's a parasitic component to touching snails.
Yeah.
With the immune system being compromised, he just has to be extra careful. So he has a Vogue mask that he wears out in public. It's got a couple carbon ports, so that will really help to stop any bacteria or viruses that are coming in the air towards him. And he consistently says, when I'm healed, we're going to help the other kids.
If you had any advice for parents who potentially think that their children have Lyme disease, what would it be?
I would say don't be afraid to spend the money to start ruling things out. And don't rely on a system that might not know what's going on. Time is really of the essence when it comes to this disease. And unlike other diseases that unfortunately people are stricken with, everybody has an equal and fair chance of picking up Lyme. Young, old, middle-aged, it doesn't matter. You do not feel ticks when they're on you, and you do not feel ticks when they bite you. So you have about 2 days, the experts say, to get an antibiotic into your system after being bit by a tick that's carrying Lyme disease, if you want to eradicate it immediately. Yeah, after that, you're into stage 1.
Can you tell us about the Take a Bite Out of Lyme fundraising event?
Well, we're having a fundraiser at the Merritton Community Centre on October 27th.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be filled with games and good times. And it's actually his birthday. They didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of his birthday party plus a little bit of fundraising and games and whatever.
And it's hard to
Yeah.
explain to a 7-year-old why we have to have a fundraiser. He can't grasp the concept of $120,000. So that's what it's going to take. We need to take him to this facility in Florida where they're experts. So we're a dual income family, so I would have to be off work for about 16 weeks. We'll have living expenses in 2 countries and the treatment itself. So $120,000 is a lot of money for us, and we're just focusing on raising money through the community. We've kind of done everything we can on our end. We've started liquidating as much as possible. We'll really move mountains for him.
Trent is now considered to have chronic late-stage Lyme disease. To help his family raise the necessary funds for his treatment, please join them October the 27th at the Merritton Community Centre. Reporting from St. Catharines, this is James J. Hall for The Source.